Dianne.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? So this is a little strange for me because usually I'm talking to students, so I'm telling them not to leave their property out and get stolen. Because we're in the city. So early on, I realized that I had learning issues, and my mom recognized it. But I ended up dropping out of high school anyway because I didn't feel that they were helping me in the public school system I was in. So I struggled through that, and then I went to night school and got my GED, and then I struggled through retail jobs and stuff like that, and then in my early 20s I was lucky enough to get a job working for the city of Boston. And I ran into a friend of mine. He said, you should go back to school. He knew I wanted to be a police officer. At the time I was doing a security officer job. And I said, no, I don't think college is for me. It's not my thing. I don't think I can do it. You know, I struggle really bad with school and I get frustrated. And he said, well, you know, you gotta try. And so I went to Massasoit in Brockton, and they guided me towards Mass Rehab. And they said, you know, you gotta get all these tests done. I don't know who's ever done those tests, but they're exhausting. It's like 2 or 3 days where I have to look at this and look at that. But it's worth it. It's frustrating, but it's worth it. And that's what I ended up doing through the Roxbury office. And they were great. The thing is, you have to listen to your counselors and follow all the things they tell you to do because they know what they're talking about. And they guided me through the whole process. I ended up graduating from Massasoit. It took me a few years because I was working full-time and trying to do school. It wasn't easy, but I got there eventually. And then finally I was able to, once I transferred to UMass Boston, I found out they were hiring. And I went back to my counselor and I said, well, I reached my trade goal. I got hired as a police officer, so I'm not going to need you know, Mass Rehab services anymore. I'm still working towards my bachelor's degree. It takes me time because I'm also a full-time mom. So I'm very busy. So, you know, one piece at a time. But I just want to say I can't thank Mass Rehab enough for being there for me and being the type of program and having the people there that guide you to get you towards your career goals. Everybody has different career goals and different purposes and different routes they have to take to get there. But I know it's hard. Just don't give up. Keep going. Don't quit because it gets frustrating. For me, I have dyslexia and I have ADD. It's very difficult, and I don't take medication for my ADD, so it's a struggle sometimes for me to get through the day. But that's why I like this job, because I can have my attention in many different places at once, and it works for me, so it's a perfect job for me. But yeah, just, you know, and all the different companies here, just because somebody, you know, may learn differently or have, you know, attention issues and stuff like that doesn't mean that they can't be leaders within your companies. I have been here for 7 years, and now I'm the community relations and the crime prevention officer. And I'm also, just this past year, was asked to be a paid consultant for the National Crime Prevention Council. You find your niche and you work really hard at it and you'll get there. So, thank you.